Hey guys, I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing alright for myself. This week was a little disappointing week for me on the end of jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Actually, it was bittersweet. It was sweet in the sense that this new guy, well, he's not new, he's been there a while, but he showed up and man, he was so difficult to take down. The two times we went, he took me down once I face planted, then the second time I think I also face planted. I'm not sure, I don't remember. Oh man, but if I'm being honest with you guys, and maybe some of you guys out there who are wrestling, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, this past 2 weeks I've sort of had this weird like I'm just constantly exhausted. So hit me up and see maybe you guys have an answer for that. I'm joining a. I'm also getting a personal trainer, just somebody to help me out with my cardio because I need some pointers and I'm not an expert. Um, this person, I'm not gonna be with them long. I just need some pointers, some lessons here and there. Maybe once every couple of months or so. See what's up. I found a few people at the local gym that I'm joining that are might seem interesting. Cardio's a really big deal for me, but I also want to do some powerlifting. See how that goes. And man, I'll be honest with you guys. I have some terrible form that I need to work on. But hey, that being said, I just want to point out that even though my cardio is terrible, and I could only do 5 minute rounds back to back without an issue, I can run now nonstop at a pretty good, like a decent speed. Not fast for you guys. I mean, keep in mind I am trying to move 200 plus pounds of body fat, bones, and some muscle. But I could run nonstop for anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. Last time I did it, I hit about a good hour without stopping, and I'm really proud of that. And I owe a lot of that to just working out. And again, like I said, it's not. I'm not always consistent. I'm not going to the gym every single day, but I'm consistent in the sense that there isn't a single week for these past couple of months where I could say, "Oh, I didn't do jujitsu or wrestling or Muay Thai or kickboxing." You know, I can't let this week alone. I went twice. Last week I went 5 times, and some days I actually doubled up. So it's like I owe it a lot to that. Even though my body's slowly shaping into a more appealing figure, and let's be honest, I understand. I'm not trying to say that everybody who's obese is ugly, but you look a lot better as your weight is more reasonable. Anyways, thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. Um, let's just keep on with this Blaire, White, Jessica, Yaniv thing they have going on. I really like sharing this because, in my experience, a lot of people who are against transsexual people, it's usually because of people like Jessica Yaniv. And people like Blaire White tend to show, like, hey, we're not all like that. As much as I hate saying that, that's like their thing. But, anyways, I kind of hope this exposure to the 9 of you that love you all, though, I really do, who are listening, uh, find something new. But here we go. Let's see what's up. Oh God. I look forward to doing this. I just don't look forward to watching these kinds of videos. But here we go.
Phone. Yeah, hang on.
Okay, here we go. Fuck this. Alright, so where we left off, Jessica Yaniv's phones were just basically getting lit up left and right, and everybody was calling her. So that's just a little like catching you guys up on what's going on. And then Blaire White, if I remember correctly, suggested that she turn off all her phones. So here we go.
Unplug that way. That's the only way to stop these calls. Hold yeah, on. You have to unplug it. There we go. Okay. Do you think that the fact that you were denied something as harmless as an arm whack might be because you kind of disturb people in general when you're around them? No. Because the conversation that I had was provided. I'm going to read out to you the conversation here, just so people. Let me pull this up. So, here we go. Okay. So, the conversation that I had, just loading. Oh, it's in the wrong order. One sec. I have another question while we're waiting. Here we go. So, okay. so there, basically, the conversation that I had is, they very simply asked the provider, "Is this available?" They told me it's for ladies only. want to get that done, I can do their waxing. I replied back saying, this is for me. Actually, I am a lady. What is your availability like? She asked me, where are you? I told her the city that I am from. She then told me that, and I'm right on the border. She of that city. She told me that she goes to people's houses. And then she told me, but you look like a man. No, wait.
Maybe she didn't want to go to your house and be alone with you. I wouldn't want to.
Hold on.
I'll say that too. Like, hey, and I saw this a lot at the college where people straight up, and these were people with graduate degrees who had highest honors, straight up arguing that women can have penises, and it's like, no, and again, maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please enlighten me. But it really seems like we're just denying biology at this point, and I think it's really bad. It really is, because if that's the case, then why would a transgender person want to have gender reassignment surgery if they ever do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I every now and then, like when I'm getting roasted by my homies, by the vatos, by the essays, or whatever you want to call them, they'll be like, you got man boobs. And I'm like, well, boobs can be on men too. Like, it doesn't make it so, you know? That's joking around. You guys probably don't get it. But anyways, it honestly feels like I woke up into a nightmare. You know, I go into a car crash, I come out of it on the other end, and it seems that the world is crazier than I am. But really, this whole like denial of science is it is the best way to describe this current era. Just deny science, and I'm not even a science expert. I enjoy a good book or two, but I can't talk to you about genetics. You know, besides the say like the basic stuff that you're taught in middle school, high school, and college. You know, I don't know very much, and I do read quite a bit. It seems that this whole gender study, and I do speak from experience. I was going to get a minor, I was going to minor in gender studies. The very first class, this lady shows up, says, "Oh well, you have to forget about da 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 this and that," and as she starts talking slowly, she starts making these claims about how men and women are not different. I said, okay, in the legal sense, men and women are not different. You know, like all men and women are the same, but in a biological component, you know, in a characteristic wise, people are vastly different because they're individuals. You know, and the more she talks, the more you realize that she just started denying biology point after point after point. I mean, even things you can observe. So I don't know. Maybe this is like a Western liberal way of thinking, and I was raised in a much of a too backwards, indigenous, you know, the land is sacred, use ashes and talk to the plants way of thinking and living. Maybe that's why I don't understand this, you know. It's really funny because I was reading I remember taking the sociology class, and there was this reference to farming and agrarian, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, culture in some indigenous tribes in Mexico. And every now and then I'll listen to my mom talk about her grandmother, and it's like, oh crap, you know, there's the indigeneities there, and you see like the culture rub off on my mom, and some of it rub off on me. Point is, maybe because of that, I don't fully understand this whole like, hey, I have a penis, but this penis is a female component. You know, like maybe like if somebody could explain this to me kindly, because I don't want to deny anybody's anything. But I cannot deny biology either just because it spares your feelings. So if any Canadians are out there, Americans, Westerners, college kids who threw away 50 grand on a useless college degree, I'm just kidding. You know I love you. Please enlighten me because I'm missing the point. I really am. I'm missing the point. I'm just I guess I'm just some dumb brown dude from the middle of nowhere who doesn't understand what's going on. But let's just keep going. Maybe Jessica Yaniv's gonna drop some wisdom on me. Hopefully.
And I can fight.
Hold on.
What?
But you see, the issue lies where I say I'm transgender. She says, "Yeah, there's a problem. I don't think I can do your story," and then basically, she said, "Don't feel comfortable. Sorry, no." And then this I know is gonna hurt you too because it really hurt me. Where she then states sorry, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just that I don't feel comfortable doing this, and I know you have the right, but you're a man into a lady, but you're a man into a lady. Now, just repeat that to yourself, and
let me repeat this part. I know you have the right, but I don't feel comfortable. Let's put a very graphic and hyperbolic example for you guys. Let's say I go up to a hooker, and she's like, "Look, I know you have the right, but I don't feel comfortable. Nothing's gonna happen. Now let's tone it down. Let's say I hire some chef. Hey, buddy, I'm gonna hire you to cook for me. Hey, I know you have the right, but I don't feel comfortable cooking for you. Guess what? They're both acceptable. Maybe I'm just like really blowing this out of proportion, giving you guys bad examples, because I'm so frustrated with not these two. Blaire seems like a wonderful person. I've been watching some of her videos. I just want to point out that hey, just because Blaire leans towards a certain political group doesn't make it okay for anybody to dox her, attack her, and same thing for Jessica Yaniv. But the whole I am not comfortable with this, to me, that's like enough. Now I understand the context, and I'll be open, with my private life. I remember this one time, me and this girl, we were like doing some stuff. We were in her garage, in the back of her, like her dad had this Thunderbird, and it was so weird. And she goes like, "Hey, you should well, let's use an appropriate scientific term in case anybody's listening to this, because obviously I'm the most scientific man out there. Like, you should show me how you masturbate." I was like, I'm not really comfortable with that, but I did it anyways, and then next thing I know, we're doing a dirty deeds and whatnot. But let's flip that real quick for a bit. Let's flip it real quick. Let's say we're in the back of that car, and I tell that girl, and let's remove the context. We're just talking. All right, we're just talking. Nothing like nowhere near sexual. So my point is that in the original one, she was practically naked. So was I. There, like the context is a little different. But let's keep it in a more let's tone it down. So there's still like that little sort of like overtone of something might happen, but it definitely won't. So anyways, let's say me and that girl in the back of that car, and I'm just like, hey, you should masturbate in front of me. She goes, you have the right to, because you're in the back of my car. Again, this is like I'm making this part up right here. She didn't say that. And she's like, but and like I've led you on, but I don't feel comfortable. Guess what? No, that's a no. Okay, now let's take me. Let's say I want to get waxed. Like, I'm going to get waxed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I shaved my chest once and never did it again. It just was not for me. It was not for me. But let's say I want to get waxed. Why's my dog crying? And she stopped. Okay, let's say I want to get waxed. I go somewhere, we have a conversation. Hey, I'm a man, but I identify as a woman. I'm wearing a wig. Not trying to no shade at Jessica, but hey, I understand that some people do wear wigs. I have male parts. Can I get waxed? And the person goes, you know what? I know you have the right to be treated equally as everybody else. You do. It is my genuine belief as a business owner that everybody should have access to my business, but I don't feel comfortable waxing you. I would say, okay, sounds good. Oh, you know what? Here's a better example. One time this lady had mentioned to me that she was a piano teacher and that she was looking for students. And I said, how cool. I would like to be one of your students. I've always wanted to take piano lessons. She says, whoa, that's great. I'd love to. She gave me information. I gave her mine. Later on, we had a conversation on the phone. She says, hey, my husband and I, we don't really know you, and we don't feel too comfortable with you coming to our home. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. It sucks. It hurt like hell. But she had the right to say she didn't want to provide her service to me. Okay, it really hurt. It sucks because I really want to learn the piano. And long story short, I used that money to buy an Xbox. That in itself was a mistake. But anyways, point is, I'm going to side with the business owner here, but let's see what Jessica Yaniv has to say.
You were the same as me at one point.
Jessica, what you don't understand is there is freedom of association. There is freedom to deny services.
There isn't here, Blaire. There isn't here.
We already know that the Acadian laws need reform. There's a problem if someone like here.
I agree with Blaire. Just because it's okay in Canada, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's okay. And again, maybe Canadians are because I honestly thought I was like this whole freedom kind of guy, and I understood that with freedom comes the right for other people to deny me services, even services that I might genuinely 100% really need to survive. I completely understood that, and I decided, you know what? For the most part, people are good, and I'll eventually find somebody that wants to give me water. But maybe it's like some weird Canadian freedom thing that I just don't understand. So, any Canadians out there, again, no shade to Canada, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe something happened in Canada that I don't know about. Maybe some law was passed that could really bring some light into the situation. But hey, I think the Human Rights Tribunal, I might have to look that up. If anybody can provide me a proper link, that'd be great. If not, I'll see what I can find on the internet. But anyways, let's just keep going.
Here's the problem. There is a problem if someone like you can try to get a woman to come to their house to wax them. Mm-hmm. And if they don't, suddenly all hell is raised. They're losing money. They're losing their... That's a problem. And I'm so glad that doesn't happen in the U.S. I'm so glad it's not like that here. Because I will tell you what, I have lived as a trans woman for years. I have never been denied a single thing. The problem might just be you. Have you ever considered the problem is you and not trans people?
No.
Okay, well, I'm here to tell you the problem is you and not trans people. I want to move on to...
Blaire,
I really want to...
Yeah, Blaire, I want you to come over here.
No.
Say you're transgender. I want you to come over here, say you're transgender, walk into...
Why would I ever do that? Why would I walk into...
Okay, first off, I also think this is a flattering picture, Blaire, but if she doesn't think so, I'm sorry, Blaire. Jessica, I tried. You look like a dude with a wig. Okay, scream at me. I don't care. I'm way too fucking jaded after watching this video for 35 minutes. I've been to Canada. And you know what? I was going to say I'm not proud that I've been there, but hey, I'm proud that I went to Canada. In Canada, I met two interesting groups of people I'd never met before. One, I met a racist. I met a Mexican woman who owned this little store in some part of Canada. I don't remember exactly where. I think we were in Toronto. Yes, because you saw the Blue Jays play. And she asked me where my mom was, and I said my mom's from Mexico. She asked me where my dad was from, and I told her he's from this certain Central American country. For those of you who asked the... Ooh, sorry. Ooh, the mangoes are talking back. But anyways, for those of you wondering why I'm omitting my dad's country, long story short, I have a couple of friends who have a bet. They're trying to guess where my dad's from. And I just want to see them guess till the very end. I said Central America, but they keep guessing South American countries, which is really funny. The funniest part is of both of all like their parents, they're all from like either Mexico or Peru. So it's like, come on, guys, Peru. What was that? Peru. But anyways, so I met that lady who was extremely racist. And told me that to be very careful in that neighborhood because they found out that my dad was from that area, that they wouldn't take it too kindly. Fine. She has her right to do that. I'm not sure what Canada would think about that, but she has a right to do that. On the other hand, we walked into a dog store to buy some stuff for dogs, and there was a transgender man who was obviously a man passing as a woman, who told me that he was a man passing as a woman. And you know what I can say about the Canadians? They were some of the most accepting people I've ever seen when it came to specifically that. I can't say much about the whole Central American heritage stuff, but they were very open about that. And you know what? For those that were like new about this person, they were accepting. And for those that didn't, they did not give a flying fuck. They minded their own business. And I love that. I love when people mind their own business. So this idea that Canada's this hateful place, fuck you. Alright? I'm going to hate on Canada and shit on them all day long because I don't agree with their politics. But guess what? When that's the Canadian government, but the Canadian people are some of the most wonderful people I ever met. They really are. And I met a pretty good sample size. I sat down and just watched the world go by in Canada a few times. I saw your beautiful nights. It was some of the most humid days ever. But I just saw some of the most wonderful human beings out there. Jessica Yaniv, and it is my opinion that she is not a representation of Canadians. And this is from a guy who is not fond of Canadian or European governments or way of thinking. But I really feel that Canada should do more. I don't know if this is a big deal in Canada or maybe just because I'm prowling through the internet for very awful crap. But Canada should do a lot more when it comes to shutting people like this down. Anyways.
Anywhere and announce that I am transgender. Why would that be something that benefits me in any way, shape, or form? That's strange. Is that what you do? You walk in these salons, say, "Hi, I'm trans. Can you wax me?"
So you're admitting then? No, Blaire. You're admitting then to the fact that if you announce you're trans, that you're going to get denied. You're going to be treated differently.
I think most people don't like when you shove things in their face. You know, I don't like parades. That includes the Macy's parade. That includes any other parade out there. I'm warming up to the idea of parades, but guess what? I still don't like them. I don't like basketball parades. I don't like when the Lakers win. I don't like when the Sixers lose. I ran out of basketball teams. I don't like when the Niners lose. That's football. I don't like when the Chargers win. Are they still in California? My point is this. I'm not a big fan of parades. And someone just set off fireworks and now my dogs are howling. But the point I'm trying to make is this. I don't mind a parade. You know, you're celebrating something. Do your thing. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'll stop it. In case none of my goddamn business what people decide to do in a parade after they've gone through the proper procedures and everything and safety and stuff like that. But what I've never liked is when somebody shoves who they are in your face. Be it gay, transgender, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Republican, Democrat. It's your goddamn business. Keep it to yourself. Now, if it's something they're proud of, like, hey, dude, I'm like a mathematician. I remember one of my friends, she graduated top of her class, and when I mean top of her class, I mean straight A's. Math. This is mathematics, okay? This is some graduate level mathematics. Not a single test did she receive less than like a 90 something. She was the highest of every single class, and she was celebrated for that. I wish she would have bragged more. She would have been in everybody's face like, dude, I'm a math whiz. That would have been great. But the point is, when you're just like, look, I'm banjo. I'm brown. Worship me. Yeah, here I am. I'm banjo. Brown, loud, and fat. Love me. No, that is bullshit. There's no merit to that. There really isn't. That's like me saying, like, look, I have 10 toes. Dude, most people in the freaking world have 10 toes. There's no merit to that. Grow up, banjo. But anyways.
And you're going to be denied.
Jessica, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have never in real life been treated any differently by really anyone based on the fact that I'm trans, because I'm a respectable person who doesn't violate people's boundaries, who doesn't send people inappropriate messages, who doesn't try to get businesses shut down. I'm a tax-paying trans woman who's just trying to live my life, and things are kind of okay. So for you to have all of these problems with 10 different salons and all these trials and tribunals, the problem is you. The problem is not being trans. I really want to move on to, why do you think it's appropriate to go into women's bathroom dressed completely male, making absolutely no attempt at presenting female at all, and even go even further, take photos in the mirror in which young girls are in the background clearly visible?
To be fair, that photo that I took was taken on December 26, 2017, which was a couple days after I changed my legal status to female.
Right, so that was in 2017.
That was prior to hormones.
Right, so why would you, having not transitioned at all, not dressing as a woman, making no effort at all, think that it's appropriate to go into a women's bathroom and take photos in which young girls are presented? Why is that okay?
Because I was legally female. And
that
Blaire,
that's the problem, because I'm going to say this. In the United States, again, Canada, you gotta get it together. But in the United States, to become legally female, there's actually a lot you have to go through. You have to get doctor sign-offs. You have to go to court. You have to do a lot of things. It's not as easy as saying, "Hi, my name's Brad, but I'm also a female." It's not that easy, and that's why Canada really needs to sort this out, because you can't just say you're a woman and enter women's spaces, because you were presenting completely as male, but because your ID had an F on it, you felt appropriate to go in and start taking pictures. That's wrong.
I got beef with bathroom pictures. Bathroom pictures, Banjo, get it right. And the simple fact is that I just don't like the idea of people taking bathrooms. Taking bathrooms. Where are they gonna take the bathrooms to, Banjo? You moron. I don't like the idea of people taking pictures in the bathrooms where it could potentially expose somebody else's privacy. I'm not really cool with that. I understand if it's like, hey, you know, me and the homies, we look good. We're gonna like lift up our shirts and show our panzas or our abs and stuff, and they want to take pictures and accidentally. But in my mind, that photo should be deleted immediately. But anyways, point is, like, I'm just not comfortable with the whole idea of taking pictures in bathrooms. I get if you see something like a funny sign outside of the bathroom, yeah, why not? But directly in it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like too icky about the bathroom stuff. But anyways,
I don't agree, because you see,
you don't have to agree, but I'm just letting you know.
You see, Blaire, you know, okay, you know what I'm gonna say is, you're right that Canada has really, really lax laws on changing your gender.
And it shouldn't be. There should be a bar of entry. When I changed my gender to legally female, and before I went into any women's spaces, even anything close to that, a bathroom, anything like that, I was presenting fully as female. I had doctor sign-offs. I went to court. I did everything in that order. And to me, that's a much better system than walking in as a lumberjack talking about, please make my ID an F. Because then you get people.
I agree. Blah, blah, blah. I agree with Blaire on this. It's you know, it shouldn't just be like, hey, this is what I feel like now. You know, I am female now. Change my sign. There should probably be a little more to it, because it is a big deal, you know. And you want to make sure nobody's taking advantage of it. I don't know how you would go about it. Maybe I'd leave this one to Blaire and see. Well, Blaire's obviously stating her facts, so I'll just shut up and let her talk.
People like you in the bathrooms presenting as men, so that's problematic as well. Again,
okay, Blaire, you see, over here, all you have to do really is print out one form, get one signature,
and that's a problem.
Kick off F and go into walk-in clinic, and you're female.
Right, and that's a problem. That's a problem. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be like that, because that opens the door for predators, aka you, to enter women's spaces, especially because of your messages, and you can't say they're fake. The messages of you saying, should I go into the bathroom with an 11-year-old girl and help her put her tampon in?
I even say that.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
I'm not.
You're a liar. You're a liar. And I'm not going to let you lie. I mean, you can, but I'm not going to let you get away with it. I want to just make a statement. I want to make a statement that I want to let you know there are no 11-year-old girls or girls of any age, women, who want you to go in the bathroom and show them how to put a tampon. I'm telling you know that. I want you to know that going forward.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't know, ladies. That's fucking weird.
Obviously, but Blaire, I didn't want to do it, but I'm gonna do this. You recognize that picture?
Right, it's a pre-transition picture of myself from when I was 15. What's good?
Okay, yeah, you look good. But what bathroom did you use when you were identifying as such?
When I identified as male and I presented as male, I went into the male bathroom. When I legally and physically changed into a female, or the standard from the law's point of view, that's when I entered women's bathrooms. And unlike you, I don't go into any bathroom because I'm a normal human being.
I stand by my bathroom opinion. However, thinking about it now, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be too upset if somebody took a picture of an empty bathroom, because nobody else is there, so who gives a fuck what you're doing in an empty bathroom. But yeah, I still stand by my bathroom idea. Anyways.
The intent of being predatory. I don't think the same.
I don't either. I go there to have a piss and do my stuff.
And take pictures with young girls in the back, and then message girls, should I go in and show her how to put a tampon in?
Remember.
Don't do that. Don't do
that, Blaire.
Don't do that. And I don't know what you tried to pull, even putting a pre-transition picture of. I know you're like, isn't that like again trans activist Bible? You don't dead name people or show pictures. I don't know what you tried to accomplish with that, but like I looked better than you pre-transition than you do right now. Like I don't know what you're trying to prove.
I don't either. I also want to point out, I didn't pause it here to. They both look like that, okay? So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I bring up those old pictures. I don't think it proves anything. I stand by my bathroom point. I don't know why I don't know why this is the spot I choose to die on, the hill I choose to die on, but I stand by it. You should let people in the bathroom do their business. Gives a fuck who's in there. That being said, I'm not too. I used to clean bathrooms. Women's bathrooms are dirty. Not to say men's bathrooms are clean, but women's bathrooms are really dirty. Like really, really dirty. How do you miss? How do you miss? I get how guys miss. How do you miss? You sit. Well, I guess you don't have to sit. You can stand. Why would you when you have to sit? It seems so much easier. How do you miss? How? How? Anyways, before this goes on to me just repeating how do you miss at a higher and higher pitch every time, I'll let you guys go. I'm going to keep watching this, and we got like 30 minutes left, I suppose. Love y'all. Catch you next time. Peace.